I am honored to speak today on the subject. What is the subject? Reservation compromises quality and merit. Beautiful topic. But I would request our moderator not to moderate me, because when I got a chance to speak on this issue, I thought today I'll speak out my mind. I'll not just keep going. Very beautiful topic. One thing I must tell you, the journey of Indian Constitution, we have to understand that what is the landscape of our Indian society, where large group of people, including the Adivasis, Dalits, and many other communities, where they used to live in the margins. We cannot deny that fact. And then, their exclusion was not accidental. People were excluded, and it was not local as well, but it was structured and hereditary. I think many will disagree with me, but this is what I have seen. I will give you one example. I will not take much of time, that is why I am coming in the core issue. In Travancore, Kerala, lower caste women were penalized for covering their upper body, a basic expression of dignity. We should not forget that. Even in the early 20th century, a young Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar could not sit in a classroom or to drink water without the consent of a peon. We should not forget that. Discrimination in India was not personal, but it was systemic. It is against this background, I am sure, the framers of our constitutions sought extraordinary remedies because the injustice itself was extraordinary. Can't deny this fact. As the the announcer was telling some time back, that before independence, sometime I think during 1902, Shah Maharaja of Kolhapur introduced 50% reservation in favor of non-Brahmin and backward communities. For what? To address historical discrimination. Now my question to all the people here sitting in this hall, what is the philosophy of reservation? Or what was the philosophy of reservation? I think democracies across the world recognize only two kinds of equality. Number one, equality before the law. Number two, equality of opportunity. What is this equality before the law? Everyone is treated equally in the same manner by the legal system. I think our retired judge, Arindam Lodh Sahab, will agree. He was telling me some time back, for a judge like me, SC is also same, ST is also same, general is also same, I am neutral man. Exactly, this is what is equality before the law. Equality of opportunity is society takes active measures to compensate for disadvantages that stems from the birth, geography or social identity. Example of a family I am giving. I am just throwing some light. Let us take an example of a family where they have two children, children A and children B. When children A falls sick and then he becomes weak, children B is still stronger Every day the parents used to give them one glass of milk to both of them. What the family will do? Family has two choices. One choice can be strict equality, the other one is fair equality. When you say strict equality, even if children A is falling sick and becoming weak, you still give him one glass of milk only, the way you are giving to children B. This is strict equality. But fair equality will be give more milk to child A till he recovers and becomes strong. Once he becomes strong, he becomes as good as child B. Come back to the same distribution as before you used to do. This is what I personally think. And exactly this is the way our constitution works. Our constitution says this only. Most people, I'm sure, in their family, they will follow the second option only. If my first example was not clear, let me give you another example. Let us take the example of basketball game. I'm not very sure how many of you have played basketball in your student life. I tried few times, but I was not successful. You look at my height. Honorable CM is raising his hand. He was definitely successful because his height is 40. Now, say there are two players. One player whose height is 6 feet 2 inches. And another player is a small young guy whose height is only 4 feet 2 inches. Now, if the basket height is the same for both of them, and the referee says, rule is same for both of you, and you now start playing, what will be the result? The result will be the player A will do, easily he will succeed in the game, and player B will fail. Why? The thing is, the height also, the physical height will be the disadvantages for the player B. And then what should be the fair rule? What should be the fair equality? For the player B, you bring down the basket height and then let him also play. Open for him also. So this is what exactly our constitution says. Now, the real fairness would require, as I say, lowering the basket for the shorter child or bring them closer. Reservation in Indian constitution is also the greatest example of equality of opportunity. You have to give opportunity. Now, of course, like people might argue saying that Desh ko kya mila isse? But I can tell, over the last 7 decades, reservation have changed the course of millions of lives. They have brought SCs, STs into classroom, into government offices, into legislatures, into the heart of public life itself. In the Northeast, the transformation has been even more profound, lifting not just the families, but the entire communities. Let me take the example of Arunachal Pradesh, because you all say that I studied in Arunachal Pradesh. I saw Arunachal Pradesh 25, 30 years back. What was it? Not many literate people were there in those days. But today, because of the reservation, you see that Arunachal Pradesh has flourished in such a manner that we see the first generation degree holders stepping into universities, first generation doctors working in hospital corridors, young leaders taking rightful place in the governance. While some may argue with me that reservation have come in India at the cost of our society. But ladies and gentlemen, here I would like to take a different position. I must tell you that reservations have strengthened our democracy in three major ways. Number one, inclusion. Number two, representation. And number three, nation building. Inclusion, communities once excluded now have a seat at the table. Representation, our institutions look like the society desa. Nation building, when the SCs, STs, OBCs, everyone feel that they belong to this nation, they become far more stronger and unified. I'm sure some of you will disagree with me, but most of you will agree with me. The rise of leaders, scholars, officers, entrepreneurs, professionals from SC/ST candidates is the proof that the country has progressed. Until unless this reservation system was not there, this would have not been possible. We must agree that representation matters, but not symbolically, but structurally. Because when a young ST boy finds that Animesh Debbarma being ST has flourished like this, it becomes an inspiration for others. I must tell you that. And now আপনারা বলবেন উনি তো সবটাই পক্ষে 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 বলছেন, তার মানে ওনার কাছে রিজার্ভেশনের বিরুদ্ধে নেগেটিভিটি কিছুই দেখছেন না। I must tell you, yes, there are problems. Problems. There are benefits being taken. যারা SC/ST দের মধ্যে আপার ক্লাস হয়ে গেছে তারা সেই সুযোগগুলি নিচ্ছে। That is there. Yes, some citizens, they are excluded, frustrated, they are unheard. A problem to us. And yes, merit is also significant. যে টপিক নিয়ে আপনারা আজকে আমাদেরকে এখানে দান করিয়েছেন, merit is important. I don't deny that fact. But we should ask a critical question to ourselves. What do you mean by merit? In merit, মেধা, আপনারা বলছেন তো মেধা। আমি আমাদের টিপরা ছেলে মেয়েদের অনেকেরই দেখি মেধা আছে, এটা নো ডাউট, বাট বাঙালিদের মতো মেধা সেটা নেই। কেন? ডাল খাওয়া হচ্ছে না, মাছ খাওয়া হচ্ছে না। যখন ব্রেইনটা ফর্ম হয়, ডাক্তার বাবুরা বলবেন এই যে মগজ তৈরি হয় প্রোটিনের অভাব আছে, অস্বীকার করার কোনো উপায় নেই। So I encourage now as an individual, ডাল খেতে হবে, মাছের মাথা খেতে হবে, তখনই পরবর্তী প্রজন্মে মাথায় সেই মগজ যখন তৈরি হবে, ব্রেইনটা তৈরি হবে, প্রোটিন বেশি করে থাকবে। তো এই যে মেরিট আমরা বুঝছি, হোয়াট ইজ দিস মেরিট? এই মেরিটটা তখনই আসবে with it grows in environments with good schools, stable income, educated parents, coaching centers, language exposures, social capital, health and good nutrition. এইটা ছাড়া আপনি মেরিট পাবেন, I don't agree with you. So when you compare two individuals without acknowledging this ecosystem, I think we are only measuring accumulated advantage but not merit. So আমার কথা হচ্ছে, does reservation compromises quality and merit? Rather, the real question should be, can merit exist meaningfully without equal opportunity? এটা আপনাদের ভাবতে হবে. You must think. Moderator, please don't moderate me today. It is only my personal opinion. So, as an individual, আমার একটা balanced view থাকবে যে reservation alone, I know that it cannot deliver justice. It should be supported by action, departmental programs, and by implementation in the ground. যেটা আমি চেষ্টা করছি, আমাকে যে দপ্তরগুলো দেওয়া হলো সেখানে আমি চেষ্টা করছি যে স্কিল ডেভেলপমেন্ট ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রাম অন পাঞ্চ গাভিয়া প্রোডাক্টস মহারাষ্ট্র থেকে এক্সপার্টদের এনে বিশেষভাবে এসটি/এসসি যারা আছেন তাদেরকে লাইভলিহুড প্রোগ্রামের মধ্যে এনে so that they can stand on their own, they become independent economically, financially. এগুলো চেষ্টা করছি and আরো একটা জিনিস, এটা আমাদের আমি নিজের মধ্যে প্রশ্ন করি, the truth lies neither rejecting reservation nor ignoring the shortcomings of the reservation. রিজার্ভেশনের মধ্যে তখন ছিল না, এখন অনেকগুলো শর্টকামিংস এসে গেছে। এইটাকে ইন ফিউচার এই ডিবেট থেকে আপনারা মতামত প্রকাশ করবেন যে রিজার্ভেশন প্রয়োজন কিনা, রিজার্ভেশনের কি নেগেটিভিটি আছে। ইন মাই ওপিনিয়ন আমি এটা বলবো, রিজার্ভেশন স্টিল ইজ এসেনশিয়াল, কারণ discrimination echo fully it did not disappear. Till it disappears, reservation has to continue. But reservation must evolve in such a manner the benefits of reservation must reach to those really they need reservation. তাদের জন্য এটা করতে হবে। Only few people try to clap right. Don't clap, no problem. Even I'm not here to get your clappings. I'm only sharing my opinion. Now, see, যে জায়গায় এই মাইকে দাঁড়িয়ে আমি কথা বলছি, আসলে I am a man. I support marriage as well as the social justice. দুইটাই দরকার। Why I will tell you? Because one without the other will weaken our country. মেরিট বেসিসে যদি আপনি কিছু না করেন, এটা আমাদের ডেভেলপমেন্ট প্রসেসটাকে স্লো করে দেয়। ইউ ক্যান ডিনাই দ্যাট। কারণ একটা আমি মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর সামনে এটা বলবো না, কোনো ধরনের স্ল্যাং বা ব্যাড ওয়ার্ড আমি ইউজ করবো না। অপদার্থকে দিয়ে ভালো কাজ করানো যাবে না, এটা সবাই স্বীকার করে দেয়। তো মেরিট ইজ মাস্ট, বাট এট দি সেম টাইম যে ইকুয়ালিটিকে যদি আমরা ইকুয়ালিটি অফ অপরচুনিটি এইটাকে যদি আমরা সোশ্যাল জাস্টিসকে যদি সম্মান না দিই, আমরা যে ফাউন্ডেশনের উপর ডেমোক্রেসি, আমাদের ডেমোক্রেসিটা আজও শক্তপুক্ত, এটাকে কিন্তু বাদ দিলে আমাদের ডেমোক্রেসিটাও কিন্তু দুর্বল হয়ে যাবে। সো দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই ইভেন সোশ্যাল জাস্টিস it is important. That is the foundation of our equality. So, একটা কথা আপনাদের নিশ্চয়ই মনে আছে, I think it was sometime 2019, Government of India has passed one bill where 10% reservation for the economically weaker sections in the general category was passed. But SC/ST বাদ দিয়েও জেনারেল ক্যাটাগরির যারা পিছিয়ে পড়া তাদের জন্য কিন্তু 10% রিজার্ভেশনের ইনিশিয়েটিভ গভর্নমেন্ট অফ ইন্ডিয়া নিয়েছে। কারেক্ট? এন্ড তাহলে ক্যান আই আস্ক কোয়েশ্চেন, where do we stand today? Today India stands at a crossroad. কোথায়? যেখানে in one hand SC/ST communities have made significant progress, yet many still face discrimination, untouchability, landlessness and lack of opportunity. এবং বিশাল মাত্রায় দেশের মধ্যে যুবক যুবতীরা ট্রাস্ট কম্পিটিশনের মধ্যে চাকরি আগের মতো নেই। Now everywhere you have to compete, whether it is SC, it is ST or gender, the competition is very tough. So according to me, the future of the reservation must be guided by three principles: purpose, reform with responsibility, and unity with sensitivity. Continuity with purpose. SC/ST reservation must continue as long as inequality persists. Ekdom clear. 2 number, reform with responsibility. Evaluation of how the reservation is implemented is essential. We must ensure the poorest people, they must get the facilities of SC/ST reservation. Unity with sensitivity. The debate, এই ব্যাপারটা আমি একদম নোট করেছি। ইউনিটি উইথ সেন্সিটিভিটি, আপনারা ডিবেট করবেন না যে রিজার্ভেশনের উপর আপনারা ডিবেট করে সমাজকে কিন্তু দ্বিখণ্ডিত করবেন না। রিমেইন ইউনাইটেড, বিকজ we must reject hatred and embrace a dialogue rooted in empathy and understanding. Reservation should not be seen as a battle between communities. It is a bridge towards a just and equitable India. এটা গ্যাপ মিনিমাইজ করবে, কেউ পেছনে থাকবে, কেউ এগিয়ে যাবে, এটা যেন না হয়। So I think I'm last but not the least. The only thing I want to tell is, let us strengthen our social justice. Let us safeguard merit. মেধাকেও কিন্তু safeguard দিতে হবে. Let us reform wherever we need improvement. Above all, let us work together towards the future যেখানে কোনো ইন্ডিয়ান ইয়াং পিপল এই ধরনের কোনো ধরনের দাবির সম্মুখে আসতে না হয় যে আমাকে এসসি রাইটস দিন, এসটি রাইটস দিন বা ওবিসি রাইটস দিন, বিকজ ইকুয়ালিটি উইল অলরেডি বি দেয়ার বার্থরাইট। জন্মের পরেই যেন সবাই সব ধরনের সুযোগ পায়, এইটুকু কিন্তু আমি সবার কাছে আশা রাখবো। এবং আগামীকাল আমাদের ত্রিপুরা এরা, অর্থাৎ মহারাজাদের সময় থেকে এই ত্রিপুরায় আমাদের একটা ক্যালেন্ডার ছিল, ট্রিং ক্যালেন্ডার, তার প্রথম দিন হচ্ছে আগামীকাল 22শে ডিসেম্বর। তো আপনাদের সবাইকে হ্যাপি ট্রিং, and thank you very much and Jai Hind.